Yo, what's good with it, Pack family? This your boy, Mrcheckmyresume, here to bring you my watch list for June the 21st through the 24th. So let's get right into it. First one I got on my list right now is Moderna. mRNA is the ticker. First thing I'm looking at here is we've got a nice, what is this, 2 down on the week. Looking at a 322 potentially to reverse on the week at a level above 131.38 was our level there for Moderna. All right, staying in the healthcare sector, let's take a look at Pfizer, PFE. So with Pfizer right now, we actually are at the top of a BA. Well, we were at the top of a BF. We rejected, and it looks like we're about to take entry for a quarter trigger, which we got about 9 trading days left in the quarter. So we're looking for a quarterly break, potentially below 45.40. If not, we'll go into next quarter inside, but we're so close right now to break that trigger on the quarter. I'm looking for this 212 actually below 45.40. So looking for that. If for some reason we do not break the trigger before the end of the quarter, we'll be sitting on double inside months looking pushing to the downside. So that'll just be something I'll be monitoring going forward. But that's a nice setup. It could potentially, I think we're about $1 away. So not far away from that trigger there. Next one I want to talk about here is Eli Lilly, LLY. So Eli Lilly, looking at a couple things here. Chart zoomed in for you. Right, Eli Lilly, looking at two things here. We got an upside and a downside potential setup on this one. So we're looking at a 2-2 rev on the week, above $300.99. So we're looking at 301 as our level. We do have broad informations above his head. So I think for one thing, we've got the sector looks very bullish this week, but a lot of the technicals and the broad informations are telling us that we may have some downside movement. So on this one here, I also on the month level see a potential rail strat to the downside. And so I'm also evaluating that one as well. That's a 2-2 rev on the month below 283.11. So with that, you've just got something you've got to monitor. We are closer to the downside trigger. And so that's where our probability lies. But I think we may get, what I'm thinking overall is we're going to get some short-time bullish movement and then probably TTO back down to the downside. But healthcare is healthcare right now. So, it could go either way on this one. So that's exactly what the charts are telling us as well. So we'll monitor it, though. We like Eli. We like Eli Lilly. Next one I want to talk about here is BristolMyers, BMY, staying with the healthcare theme. I think y'all can see where this is going. BMY looks like we did a TTO here on the week. Looks like fell 2 down on the month as well. So now we are looking for this rev strat on the week, looking at a level of entry above 74.37. Which will give us that 2-2 rev on the week. So we'll be looking out for that one. That one looks pretty solid. And the last one, I think I got one more. Yeah, one more here in the healthcare sector, and that is MRK. That is Merck. So here on Merck, looking at first off, looking at this rev strat potential on the week. Looking at a level above 86.51 to take an entry here on Merck. We'll see what it does. It is bouncing off the bottom of a monthly level broadening formation. So I am expecting to see some pretty strong bullish activity on this one this week, as a lot of stocks and a lot of sectors are at the bottoms of their broadening formation ranges. So there should be an expectation that you do get some kind of a upside move this week. Not sure if we're going to have enough to break trend, but we should have some bullish activity on some of these sectors that have been down throughout the year. So that's healthcare. So moving on, I want to talk about tech really quick. I don't know where that came from. Did not type in Starbucks. But we got Mastercard. Mastercard, MA. couple things here on Mastercard. As you can see, it's like it's been moving around quite a bit. So first things first. What I'm looking at here on Mastercard is a couple things. First off, on the day, we're looking for a rev strat. Looking at a level of entry above 314.14. Which will give us that 2-2 rev. As you can see, it's sitting here very nicely on top of a quarterly broadening formation, as well as there's a monthly BF in that same area. Also, looking at the week level, we're just going to have to do a lot more work though. So the day trigger is going to probably happen quicker. And then you're going to have this week trigger that's going to take a little while because it's got some work to do. So you got two levels, 314.14 on the day for the rev strat. And then if you're looking for the week trigger, you've got the 322 on the week above 330.90. So just be patient with that if you're looking more for that macro trigger. Next one we have here is Crowdstrike, CRWD. And on Crowdstrike, a couple things. Looking at this one, and we played this one multiple times this year, but I really like the way the week ended with this 2-down hammer. Looking to potentially take this weekly rev, 2-2 rev above 167.50. Also, we have a month trigger at 207.83 as well, which would give us that rev strat on the month to the upside because we are inside currently with the 2-down month last month. So that one again will need to do some work to break that month trigger. So we could be in a situation where this one stays inside and then we're looking for a setup into next month, like a 2-1-2 type of deal. So that could be the setup there for Crowd. We played this one to the upside as well, to the downside. So we've been rolling on this one, taking advantage. Next one here, we've got IBM. This one here actually has been showing strong continuity, and we've known that. We've taken a look at this one over the past few months, and we've noticed this one has been an outlier compared to the rest of its sector mates. So just to get right into it here on IBM, looking at one setup purely, and that's the 322 on the week. Looking to see this one go back above 138.40, 138.45, I should say. And so we'll be looking for that level to take entry. And really, I mean, if we get that trigger, then we're gonna try to take out that first target there at that 144.73. It's kind of what I'm thinking here. And again, we take the month back green, I believe, at 139.67. So we'd only have like a few bucks away from taking the month back green, which would then put us back in full time frame continuity to the upside, which is what my expectation is here on this one. So that's IBM. Next up, we have the Dollar General. This one here is an active position play that we are in. Me and Cam G, one of the other leaders in the pack, we are in this one here on Dollar General. Looking for this one to take its inside week and give us this bullish continuation to the upside above 234.64. So that'd probably be the main thing I'm looking at. But also, we have a month trigger and a day trigger. Actually, there was a couple triggers. I only put the month and the week. But we have a month trigger above 242.28. And so we'll need that to kind of keep us to confirm this TTO, what I'm thinking here this was. And then on the day, if you're into the daily triggers, there is a rev strat potential on the day, and that's above 232.12. So you could potentially take that trigger if you liked it as well. I actually might throw that in there in a minute. All right, next up is FUTU. Staying in the theme of discretionaries. Here on FUTU, a couple things. FUTU did a reversal a few weeks back that I called out, and since that time, it has been steadily moving to the upside, which is great. So first things first, looking at the inside week, bullish continuation on the week above $47.19. As you can see, we do have continuity on the macros. Also, we've got an inside month after the failed to down last quarter. Looks like we're pushing to try to get this quarterly break above $51.68. So we'll probably, I don't want to say probably, but we may need some time to gather and take out that $51 level. So we may actually stay inside for the quarter, but very close to the trigger, which is fine. And then we'll just take this 212 going into next quarter. So again, FUTU is setting up strong for this nice reversal, trend reversal, all of that good stuff. So this is the stuff we like to see. So let's see what happens on FUTU, but it's looking strong. Looks like it's doing what we wanted to do. So keep it going. Now let's talk about industrials really quick. One of the stocks that I don't have bias on much, but I'm not a fan of Boeing stock, but I try to be objective as possible. So right now we've got setups on Boeing. First of which I'm looking at is this 322 on the week, looking at an entry above 138.98. And really, that's really the main target I'm looking at. We do have a failed 2 down on the month, it seems. So then, we got about 9 trading days left. So potentially you could have this rev strat on the month, which would be the sign of a trend reversal. But again, it's Boeing. So I don't know how you could have any faith in that. Moving on. So expect a little short-term move to the upside on Boeing would be my expectation. Don't think you getting nothing to take 3-6 months out on. This is something you can get a quick turnaround on. Draw your BFs and that'll give you your target levels. Let's see. Next one here on the list, we've got CHPT charge point. This one here, I'm gonna actually save some of what I have seen for the Discord, but CHPT looks really, really good. We do have this 2 down hammer on the week. We are looking for a reversal on the week above $14.25. And then also we had the reversal on the month, which is giving us that sign that we're trying to change the trend here, which is good. Also on the month, looks like we had a failed 2 down and we're getting bought up. So we'll see what happens. If the trend does continue to push upwards, we could have a serious move here on charge point. So excuse me. Charge point looks good. Let's keep it rolling. I got one more ticket for you all. And that is Wells Fargo here in the financial sector. It is a secondary play for me, but financials, there could be some potential for financials to go here. This is the only one out of the setups that I really liked. I think, all the others had similar looking setups, but once you throw broadening formations on them and that kind of stuff, you start to kind of see a different picture. And so that's kind of what I was feeling here with Wells Fargo. I was like, this is the one I want to play based on the levels and the broadening formation. So on Wells Fargo, looking for this rev strat 22 rev above $39.68. So for me personally, I'm looking for like a short-term move to the upside on banks. Nothing major, but if you're a day trader, if you're a short-term trader, then this should probably fit what you're looking for. But I'm expecting a short-term move on these banks, particularly for this one, looking at maybe up to about this $40.53 level. And if we're really bullish, maybe push up to about $42.50 would be what I'm looking at on Wells Fargo. But I wouldn't be trying to take this thing, too far out just based on what I'm seeing on the broad informations. However, you've got to kind of mix the technicals with the fundamentals on this so that you can, have the best educated decision. But based on what we've seen all year and the behavior of banks, I don't know how you could feel confident in taking it long. The fundamentals haven't borne out the way they should have when it has come to banks with the inflation and stuff like that. So maybe with Powell raising the rates, that'll help. So we'll see. And that's all I've got for the week, folks. Please go ahead and set your levels. Set your alerts, be ready to go tomorrow. Have those triggers set so we can execute tomorrow. The trading day is not the day to find out what to do. We do that prep work prior to the trading session. So with that, people, I'm gonna leave y'all with it. Y'all have a great evening, and we'll catch y'all in the morning. Peace.